Class 1A third place game coming your way here on the IHSA television network, live from downtown Peoria and Carver Arena. 31-2 Warrensburg Latham, 31-2 Lewistown. Both of these teams suffering their first losses to Class 1A schools yesterday, and it knocked them into the third place game here today.
Well, kids bounce back pretty quickly, and I think we're going to have a good basketball game today. They've had a night's sleep, and I know the coaches and players both are really excited to get a chance to play again. It's really hard if you have to end your season after last night.
Lewistown drove from Fulton County about 40 miles east to get here to Peoria. It was a 70-mile drive north from Macon County for the Cardinals of Warrensburg Latham, as you see where they are located in this great state of Illinois. Both these teams, again, state ranked pretty much the entire season. You see where the tale of the two cities, where they're located, the population bases. The enrollment differential, Warrensburg Latham slightly bigger, 340 students as opposed to the 232 in Lewistown. The Oka Valley is where Warrensburg Latham is its conference affiliation, and the Prairie Land Conference for the Lewistown Indians, who are coming off of a successful football season as well. Several of the football players are on this basketball team. They had a 10-1 football team as well, so they've had a lot to cheer about in Fulton County this year.
Well, you find good athletes show up at schools, and many of their teams are very good, and I think with the size of these schools, they need to share their athletes, and I think that's what makes high school basketball so cool, is kids are successful in a lot of different areas.
And, you know, yesterday we had made mention of the great basketball that's being played right now in Macon County. Maroa Forsyth, the last couple of years, was here at state last year winning the final Class A state championship, and now here representing that fine county in basketball is Warrensburg Latham, and as we mentioned, they've been near the top of the rankings all year long, and now they're here carrying the banner of Macon County.
It's great.
Good morning, basketball fans. On behalf of the Illinois High School Association of the City of Peoria, welcome to Carver Arena for Class 1A third place game in original March Madness, America's original March Madness. Featuring this game in third place will be Warrensville Latham Cardinals, a record of 31-2, and the Lewistown Indians, a record of 31-2. Let's meet the starting lineups. At a guard for Warrensburg Latham, a 5'8 senior, 10, Luke Butts. At a guard for Lewistown, a 6'1 senior, 2, Brian Flaherty. And a guard for the Cardinals, a 6'1 junior, 12, Dominique Warnsley. And a guard for the Indians, a 6-foot sophomore, 4, Quinton Hatfield. And a forward for Warrensburg Latham, a 6-foot senior, 22, Zach Culp. The third guard for Lewistown, a 6-foot senior, 22, Clayton Hatfield. The other forward for the Cardinals, a 6'2 senior, 24, Zach Boyd. At center for the Indians, a 6'3 senior, 40, Corey Bishop. The third forward for Warrensburg Latham, a 6'1 junior, 34, C.J. Yakeley. And the forward for Lewistown, a 6'4 senior, 30, Adam Valencia. Head coach at Warrensburg Latham in his 28th year of coaching, 22 for the Cardinals, a record of 384 and 232, Vic Binkley. Head coach for 15 years, 6 at Lewistown, a record of 107 and 65, Brad Hatfield. As the players and coaches wish each other good luck at half court, the IHSA, the board of directors, and the member schools expect and promote good sportsmanship. All athletes, coaches, students, parents, and spectators request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Do what's right. Thank you. No other state in America can claim the rich history and tradition that's been generated by March. from Rockford, Jim Irvin. Presenting the game ball for this game will be Brian Stone, son of Eric Stone, the owner of Beals Cleaners, one of the sponsors of the March Madness experience. We thank Beals Cleaners for their contribution to the greatest high school single event in the land.
And let's break down those starting lineups again. And thank you to Walgreens, a proud sponsor of the IHSA broadcast and the IHSA Do What's Right sportsmanship program. Warrensburg, Latham, Butts, Warnsley, Boyd, Culp, and C.J. Yakeley starts in place of Adam Wright. Flaherty, Quentin Hatfield, Clayton Hatfield, Valencia, that's Adam Valencia, and Corey Bishop, the starting five for Lewistown. This is quite a family affair. You've got two sets of brothers playing for Lewistown. You've got a set of brothers also playing for Warrensburg Latham. We'll tell you their stories as the course of the afternoon shakes out. Warrensburg Latham in their road red uniforms with gold trim, and Lewistown in the home whites with red trim. And the opening tip is controlled by the Cardinals of Warrensburg Latham, and we're underway in this Class 1A third place game as we set the table for you for St. Anne against Nokomis for the state championship game in Class 1A immediately following this one.
Man-to-man by Lewistown, and we have a flex offense already. Guess who gets the first shot?
Zach Boyd.
The first team All-Stater knocks down a three. And just like that, Warrensburg Latham first possession, first bucket. This is Clayton Hatfield. He's 22. His younger brother is a sophomore. He wears number 4. Now a steal, and back come the Cardinals. Here's Butts in the front court. Culp back out to Butts. He's got a lane. It's cut off there by Hatfield. Now Boyd penetrates, hangs, fires, had a shot blocked. It went through the bottom of the basket and up and in. But they're going to say that it was alternate possession on the held ball, and that's going to go in favor of the Indians.
It doesn't count that way, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it was penetrated really in deep and ran into a stone wall.
You saw Vic Binkley, that shot at him on the sidelines. He brought his Cardinals here in 2003. There was a 31-3 team that took home third. And they're trying to better that here this afternoon. We've got a foul as Adam Valencia went up for the baseline jumper, and he's going to get to the free throw line. The foul is going to be whistled against 34 is C.J. Yakeley for Warrensburg Latham.
You usually find the third and fourth place game is a more relaxed atmosphere, and the kids really play hard, and they enjoy being out here and being a part of it. So, and usually there's a lot of offense.
Lewistown again, its first trip to state since 1940, and guaranteed to bring home its first ever state trophy. And unlike years past where the third place game was played on the same day as the state semifinal, these guys have fresh legs, and that has not been the case in years past.
Exactly. They had more time to recover from their loss yesterday.
Valencia is the Indians' leading scorer at 15 points a game. He knocks down all 3 of his foul shots, and we're even at 3. We're just underway 1 minute into this Class 1A third place game. Now it's Boyd again from the corner left. His shot rattles out. Cleared by Corey Bishop. Now the Indians come back up the floor. Both of these teams with gaudy records at 31-2. The Indians turn the basketball over. It's that pressure again by the Cardinals.
Real good job defensively of cupping the ball and forcing Hatfield to give the ball up.
Luke Butts, the quarterback, on the floor as the point guard, belting out his team's play. And now it's out top. Here's Boyd, now Warnsley. His first shot is a rainbow 3 that rattles out. Now quickly back up the floor. Clayton Hatfield, penetrate and kick out. Now it's Valencia, now in the corner. This is Quentin Hatfield. Here's Bishop, backs in, working on Boyd, had the ball stripped by Butts. Third steal here in the opening minutes by Warrensburg Latham. Now quickly back up the floor of the Cardinals. It's a nice lay-in, a great pass that time. Culp got the pass from Butts and laid it in.
Warrensburg Latham has really turned up the defensive pressure in the first quarter. They're playing like they played on Tuesday night. They're really getting after it.
We're seeing the number 1 and number 2 ranked teams in the final Associated Press poll playing here for third place. Both these teams with big records and veteran players. Here comes Boyd again. Foot race on Clay. Hatfield laid it in again. And Brad Hatfield wants a timeout. Warrensburg Latham has jumped out to the advantage. It's 7-3 in favor of the Cardinals.
So far we've had 3 breakaways by Warrensburg Latham. They've really handled it well, attacking the basket. Defensively, that's been a difference.
You see the team comparisons. They both score roughly the same amount of points. Lewistown a 66-point per game team, and Warrensburg Latham a 65-point per game team. And they're giving up roughly the same amount of points too. But look at those field goal shooting percentages, Coach. You love those teams that shoot right around 50%. Warrensburg Latham 54%, Lewistown 49%. Now that doesn't necessarily translate when they get to a big college arena like this, but those are big numbers.
Yeah, those are really good shooting numbers. But also I've always felt that in big games, the defense is going to be the difference maker, and how the teams adjust to this pressure defense, how Lewistown adjusts to this pressure defense will be a key for this next 3 minutes of the game especially. Warrensburg Latham came out, had a really good start. Now coach has got to get him settled down and get him into a rhythm on the offensive end, because right now the trap is taking them out of what they want to do offensively.
Petersburg Porter, a common opponent for both of these schools, with both teams beating that team. Now Lee Hall is our sideline reporter this morning, and Lee's got something for us.
Thanks, Kurt. In the Lewistown huddle with Brad Hatfield, he's like, guys, you got to wake up. You look like you don't know what you're doing out there. We told you we were going to go up against the press, and more, and you know, and that's a valid point. I mean, it's early, but they got to get after it and get back on defense. That was another thing he emphasized, guys.
Well, we mentioned that this is really a family affair for both schools. The Hatfields, Brad Hatfield's the head coach of the Indians. He's got his 2 sons playing with him. Quentin is a sophomore guard, and Clayton is a senior guard. And there's going to be a 3-point opportunity for Adam Valencia, the leading scorer of the Indians, who's going to go back to the free throw line.
Good job of swinging the basketball against pressure, dumped it down inside, got a good post up, and a foul.
And the Indians also have another set of brothers that play. Brian Flaherty, who wears number 2. He's the stepbrother of Corey Bishop, who wears number 40. So you've got really a great family affair for Lewistown. And then on the other side of the coin, you look at Dominique and Cameron Warnsley, who are brothers that play for Warrensburg Latham. So you've got some family blood running on both sides of the coin here today. 7-6 the score. Nice driving down the lane and laying it in is Zach Boyd. And so Zach Boyd, who was in foul trouble yesterday and didn't have this kind of a start yesterday because of the fouls, is coming out strong here this morning.
He's very aggressive with the ball, but also the offense is set up by the defense.
That's really been the Cardinals' calling card all season long, is force teams out of their offense with their press and then dictate the tempo by bringing the ball down the floor and scoring when they can.
Now that the pressure's been defeated, Lewistown showing good patience, moving the basketball, and making them work a little harder on the defensive end.
Hatfield behind a screen from Bishop. He's still looking for his first points of the game. Now it's the other Hatfield, that's from the top of the circles, Brian Flaherty. He knocks down a 3, the senior guard.
You want to make a pressure team play defense for just a little bit longer. You don't have the quick score, and they did a really nice job of getting to their offensive set.
Flaherty is a terrific 3-point shooter at 48% coming to Peoria, 43 of 90, so he's very comfortable with that stroke at the top of the circle. Inside is going to be Culp getting fouled, so Zach Culp is going to get to the free throw line.
Good high-low situation. Picked up a foul.
Adam Valencia is whistled for his first foul. And a couple of free throws coming now for Zach Culp. He had an 11 rebound game earlier this season against Clinton. And you take a look at a 6-foot, 175-pound guy, you can get double digits in rebounds out of him. You know he's working hard. He's getting in the right position.
Most of the rebounds are below the rim. Kids just have to realize that. And it's a reaction to the basketball. He's obviously got a good nose for the ball.
And he knocks down the free throws. Warrensburg Latham has an 11-9 lead with 3:40 to go here in the first quarter of our third place game. Back with more from Carver Arena after these messages and a word from your local stations.
And here we have our 2 lucky fans of the day who are chosen for the National Association of Realtors move of the game, where they are moved from way up in the stands all the way down to these courtside seats. So, who are you guys and where are you from?
Well, I'm Stan, and this is Gene Lane, and we're from Warrensburg.
And who are you guys here cheering for?
Warrensburg.
Well, obviously with the orange and gold. Well, hope you guys enjoy the game, and good luck to your team.
Thank you.
We'll throw it back over to you now, Kurt.
Thank you, Ashley. Those are the kind of moves that I like. a move from the upper deck to the lower deck. That, I can't dunk or anything like that, but those are the kind of the move of the game. I like that.
Yes, in the front row.
Congratulations to those folks from Warrensburg and an opportunity to see their Cardinals from the front row, and that's nice. We're just about 3.5 minutes left here in this first quarter with their Cardinals are ahead 11-9. Opportunity to tie the game, and Corey Bishop makes good. He turns around, knocks down the jumper off the glass, his first points of the game, and we're even at 11.
Good entry pass, good post-up move by Corey.
Bishop has great feet, great awareness right around the basket. He was really a big player yesterday, 4 out of 4 from the field.
He's just so strong.
Yeah,
right.
he's just really, somebody that's hard to move off the low block.
Roger, can you hear me?
Lewistown's doing a really good job of pushing the ball up the floor on the pass now, too.
Ball is on the floor. Good hands that time by the Cardinals and a steal. But how about that? Dominique Worsley lost track of where he was and he stepped on the baseline. An 86-point game for Lewistown was their 4 overtime victory over Pleasant Plains on December the 28th. That was in the Macomb Holiday Tournament. They played until midnight that night, won the game despite having their top 2 scorers, Clayton Hatfield and Adam Valencia, foul out in that game. Still got 86 points and won the game, and they considered that one of their key victories. Anytime you can beat Pleasant Plains, that's a good win.
It is a good win, but it's also amazing what teams need to overcome in order to win 30 games. And for both these teams to have won 30 is an amazing accomplishment.
Kind of the sidebar story to that was they had to play the next day against Macomb in the morning and then advance to play Monmouth-Roseville in the championship game of the Macomb Holiday Tournament. Had a 12-point lead in the first half, lost that game, and that was their only loss during the regular season. And the folks, the coaching staff said, we were just out of gas. We played essentially 3.5 games in like 2 nights, and by the time the end of the road came, they were just, their tank didn't have enough gas in it. Nice drive and lay in that time from Hatfield. He scores his first of the game. Back on the other end, a block shot. Bishop was there, but there's a foul. It's going to be whistled against Corey Bishop. And we're seeing Jared Offenball come in to the game for the first time for Warrensburg Latham. We're going to get some foul shots on the way here for Zach Boyd.
Good defensive play inside. A lot of body contact, though. Anytime you body up on a shooter, you're usually going to get the foul call.
Boyd with better than 700 points scored this season. That's a school record at Warrensburg Latham, a 3-year starter. And head coach Vic Binkley called him the best player he's ever coached. And that's some pretty strong words for a guy who's coached 28 seasons.
I'd say he's a pretty good player. Coach Hatfield's upset because the outside official made the call on the inside, and I think most coaches will complain about where the call comes from, even whether the call's right or wrong. But I think it was correctly called.
Eric Shelby has checked in the game now to replace Bishop, who picked up that foul now from the outside. A 3 goes down, and that is Scott Parrish.
Every time they've reversed the ball, they've gotten a really good look. When they've turned the ball over is when Lewistown has not gotten very good shots. Hard to get a good shot when they're going the other way.
Parrish gave Lewistown a nice lift off the bench yesterday, and he's in the scorebook already here in the first quarter off the bench here today with that 3. 90 seconds to go here in this opening quarter. The Indians lead Warrensburg Latham 16-12. Third place game, Class 1A state basketball here at Carver Arena in downtown Peoria. Cardinals showing great patience offensively now. Butts penetrates, slips a nice pass down and a lay-in, nicely done. The dribble penetration works, and Adam Wright, who's typically a starter but coming off the bench today, he scores his first basket of the afternoon.
Good dribble penetration by Luke Butts with an excellent decision on the drop-off.
Near steal there by the Cardinals, and that's going to be a 10-second count as the Indians had a difficult time getting it across half court.
Did a good job of getting the ball in the middle, but the ball tough enough in the middle, and it ended up turning into a 10-second call.
Quentin Hatfield and Corey Bishop now check back into the game for Lewistown. To the bench go their 2 leading scorers in Adam Valencia and Clayton Hatfield.
I really like the energy from both teams on the defensive end. Both teams also attack similarly by attacking the middle of the floor.
Butts open three. Front of the rim, no good. Cleared down by Lewistown. Indians again struggling to get that ball over half court as that pass from Scott Parrish was just knocked right out of bounds.
Having Adam Wright back in the lineup really makes a difference on their interior inside-outside game. He's doing a really good job of posting up. They found him twice in the last 2 possessions, and it'll give more diversity to their offensive attack.
He's a guy that's battled shoulder injuries since having surgery on it last summer. Pull-up jumper is short that time by Flaherty. Ball chased down to the corner by Warrensley. 15 seconds to go here in this opening quarter. Six to shoot.
Got to make a move from the basket quickly.
Here's Boyd. His pull-up 15-footer is no good.
Made him take a tough look, though.
We're done with the first quarter of play in this Class 1A third-place game. Good opening 8 minutes. Lewistown 16, Warrensburg Latham 14. Back with more from Carver Arena in the Class 1A state tournament after these messages on the IHSA television network.
All right, we are back in Carver Arena, Lewistown with a 16-14 win. You guys have talked about the Hatfield family. Well, we found the better halves. I guess the better 2/5 of the Hatfields family right here. Mrs. Hatfield, Carrie, tell me about being at home. I mean, you guys had the family photo down here at half court before the game. Tell me what a thrill this is for you guys to be here this weekend, have both sons on the team, and have your husband coaching.
It's a dream come true for us because we have brought our kids, all of them, to this tournament for many, many years.
Right.
And we've always from afar, from a distance, you can see those teams here, and now we're here, and it has been a great, great experience.
I know Clayton told me that he's been coming to this tournament since he was about 8 years old. Tell me about being the wife of a coach. I mean, you guys have traveled. You've been in Newman, Piatone, Casey, and now you found a home in Lewistown.
Right, absolutely. My husband, we've been married for about 23 and a half years. I've always been a supporter. A lot of people say, you know, it must feel really great to have your kids play. But what people don't understand is I've been a basketball fan for long before we even had kids playing for my husband. So it's been a great thing at our house. It's just something that we do. It is a part of our lives, and it's just awesome.
All right, Quentin's twin sister is Bailey. Now, what I have to ask you real quick, honey, you got 2 brothers. Would you recommend them to your friends? Are they good guys?
Oh yeah, they're awesome guys.
But they don't give her any quarter on the driveway when it comes to basketball, guys. I got that scoop. Back over to you.
Well, I think I'm taking Bailey if that's the case. I mean, she's tough. You know, she plays for the Lewistown girls basketball team, though, and that's just a great story. And obviously, Cal, you come from a basketball family. Your son's played for you. That's a special, special opportunity to be at the state tournament and being able to coach your sons.
But also just the whole family atmosphere. And there's no better person in the world than a coach's wife. With all she has to put up with, the things that are said in the stands, it's not all positive coming from over there. And you've got to have that kind of support to really do your job, I think.
And Carrie teaches just across the hall. She's a computer teacher at Lewistown. And
good thing they like one another.
That's right. Brad is a biology teacher, and he said the same thing. He said, well, she's around me on game day. She's around me at work. I mean, it's a good thing we get along. That's just wonderful to see the whole family enjoying that. Another turnover now as the Indians have had a difficult time dealing with that pressure. We show you our first quarter statistics brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards, with the Indians ahead 16-14 at the quarter mark.
The statistics don't tell us very much at this point, but it's a pretty balanced game. Coach Binkley takes a lot of pride in 10-second calls with his team, and I think that's the third one they've had this morning.
They had 5 10-second calls in the super sectional victory over Fisher on Tuesday night, and now another lay in there. C.J. Yakeley gets right place, right time to scoop up the loose ball and lay it in.
Warrensburg is doing a really good job of trying to get to the rim on every possession. They're just really attacking the basket.
Well, that steal that time by Butts, and he flipped the ball over to Zach Boyd, who couldn't finish.
Whenever Hatfield is out of the game, they struggle against the pressure. Lewistown struggles against the full court pressure of Warrensburg.
That's the 7th Lewistown turnover now. Still just a 1-point basketball game. Cardinals in front 17-16. We've played just about 2 minutes here in this second quarter.
It means they're doing something right if they're still in the game.
Warnsley's pull-up jumper is good, and so Dominique Warnsley gets into the scorebook. Quickly back up the floor. The first man down there is Valencia, and he laid it in.
Well, look up the floor. That was a really good pass by Hatfield.
Well, that's
other Hatfield.
Yeah, well, that's one way to beat that kind of a press, right? Throw it over the top of it.
Well, you've got to have deep threats, much like the Oakland Raiders and their football team. You got to send someone deep, take the pressure off.
Fadeaway jumper from Boyd is no good. It's tracked down by Clayton Hatfield. He's double teamed in the backcourt, and now quickly the Indians, they've got numbers. Valencia up. He finds a cutting Hatfield.
Good offensive possession. Yeah, they took the ball to the basket well, just didn't get the shot down. They're really trying to break against the pressure now and make them pay for it. Warrensburg's had good success driving the baseline, and Lewistown has done a good job today of cutting him off from the baseline.
Here's Boyd, down line, hanging, firing, can't get it, tipped up, back to him, he goes up high to get it, now he's gonna fade away jumper, rolls in.
Second shots are hard to come.
Yeah, unofficially, we have,
I think it was 8.
We've got them now for 9.
Okay, well, if they can correct it now, you've got a good ball game. That's the difference right now.
Three-pointer is missed that time by Brian Flaherty. Ball is still loose, and Karam's out to Wardsley. Now up to Zach Boyd. It's 1-on-2, and he's going to wisely pull up and wait for his teammates to join him in the front court.
Both teams are playing so much more relaxed today than they were yesterday. You can just see their real talents coming in.
Butts thought about the 3. Now he's got it back. We're under 3 minutes to go here in this second quarter. Ball's out of bounds, and it's going to be a turnover against Warrensburg Latham, and the Indians get it back.
Sometimes turnovers just happen. People doing things they didn't know they were going to do. Part of the game. Have to be able to accept it and learn from it.
Here's Flaherty, lost the dribble, kick out. Clayton Hatfield, penetrate, and he kicks it out.
In spite of the turnovers, Lewistown's doing a really good job of attacking this defense in the half court.
And there was an open seam there, and Hatfield zipped the pass into Flaherty, who laid it in.
By getting ball reversal from one side of the floor to the other side of the floor, it's opening up the middle. That's exactly what you want.
Butts with a nice bounce pass. Couldn't finish. Eagle was driving down the lane, but there's going to be a foul now against Warrensburg Latham.
That was a great cut down the middle of the lane, just missed the shot.
Missed the shot, but he did get the foul. So second foul, personal foul now against C.J. Yeager.
You see that a lot, where kids will miss the shot and they'll hang around and end up fouling.
There's the Hatfield brothers playing catch. Now it's Bishop at the top of the circle. Parrish from the outside is no good. Ball's on the floor.
Good ball movement, a real good look from the corner. Just missed the shot.
When the Indians have gotten it past half court, they've had excellent ball movement. The trouble's been just getting it through the press.
And part of that, Warrensburg's got a great full court pressure. They do a lot of things off of it. Cause a lot of problems, and their hands are really active today.
Butts penetrating again. Now it's Yeagley. His pull-up jumper from the baseline left is good.
Good patience, good move to the baseline, and took the jumper instead of trying to take it all the way to the basket.
First points of the afternoon now for Yeagley. Ball's out of bounds, and it's going to go to Warrensburg Latham.
I think Yeagley looks a lot more comfortable now. When he started the game, he was started at a different spot, and it looked like he just didn't have his rhythm, but now he seems to be back to the slashing kind of player that he is. And as I say that, he goes to the bench.
And Alex Beery checks in for him. As we approach the 1 minute mark left here in this opening half of the third place game in Class 1A boys basketball here in the state of Illinois. Here's Butts. They've sagged off him. They're giving him that 3 if he would want it. Instead, it's going to be an outside jumper that goes down for Zach Cole.
That was all set up by Zach Boyd coming to the top of the circle. The defense goes with him, and it always opens up someone else. Good team play.
Parrish penetrates, drew contact. The foul's going to go against Warrensburg Latham. We'll see who the guilty party is.
See on the swing, as the ball's being pushed up the floor, they attack in transition. Can't play defense with your hands. You got to do it with your feet. Good job of attacking the basket.
Culp and Beery were both there, but they whistled Culp for the foul. Now we're at the half a minute left here in this first half. Yes, how about Bishop just kind of burying himself in? He's just hard to stop down low.
He is. This is a big, strong kid, but he did a good job of using his body, and he fumbled the ball, didn't let that get to him, and just kept attacking the basket.
Here's Boyd. Dribble penetration, pull-up jumper. Front of the rim, won't go. Tipped up by Culp and in.
What a really good move by Boyd, and being in the right place by Culp.
Oh, we might have a foul here in the backcourt, or are we going to have one or not? Ball is out of bounds, and we'll see if they're going to whistle a foul against Brian Flaherty. It doesn't look like it. So 1.9 seconds to go here in this half. It's going to be difficult. There's still enough time. Difficult to go the length of the floor and get something up.
You got to have a home run. You got to have a play for 2 seconds, 1 second, whatever. That was a good no call by the official, by the way.
Boyd's going to heave it from half court.
Well, you can do that.
Yeah, that's out of bounds, and that's our half. Warrensburg Latham with a 5-point halftime advantage. It's 29-24. The number 2 ranked team in the state, the Cardinals, leaving the number 1 ranked team in the state, the Indians. And Ashley Robinson is standing by with the head coach, Vic Binkley, of his Cardinals, who have the lead at the half. Take it away, Ashley.
Thanks, Kurt. Coach, your team is very patient offensively. You got to be very happy with that. But defensively, Lewistown's really finding the gaps and the holes in that zone. So what are you going to do about that in the second half?
We're going to talk about it, but we're really pleased with the effort on the press. You know, getting after them, and but it has created some gaps, and we're going to try to correct that a little bit. And maybe we're going to keep playing the pressure, but hopefully we can play a little bit better in the backcourt. But hopefully we can keep being patient and hit some shots.
All right, Coach. Good luck next half. Take it back, Kurt.
Thanks, Ashley. Vic Binkley's Cardinals of Warrensburg Latham with a 5-point lead over the Lewistown Indians at halftime here at Carver Arena. Back with more after these messages from our network sponsors.
Coach, Warrensburg Latham has 15 points off of your team's 12 turnovers. What'd you say to the guys in the locker room?
That's exactly the problem. I mean, right now we can't do anything with their press or even their half-court defense, and so if we don't come out and take better care of the ball and make better decisions, we're going to have a hard time second half.
All right, Coach. Good luck. Back to you, Kurt.
Thank you, Ashley. Yeah, Brad Hatfield just hitting the nail right on the head there. You turn the ball over, and Warrensburg Latham's going to make you pay, and that's been the big story here in the opening half.
It has been, but also when Warrensburg Latham has gotten in the half court, they've done a really good job of attacking and having patience and moving the basketball. Just getting in a little bit too big a hurry, not getting where they belong on the offensive end. But they have to correct the turnover problem. They need more shots on goal. I think they're shooting, 70%?
Well, 50, yeah, better than 50%. That'll help you. Brian Flaherty, Quentin Hatfield, Clayton Hatfield, Adam Valencia, and Corey Bishop open this second half for Lewistown. Luke Butts, Dominique Warnsley, Zach Culp, Zach Boyd, and C.J. Yakeley open for the Cardinals of Warrensburg Latham, who start this third quarter with a 5-point lead. But there's a 3 by Brian Flaherty.
A lot of the credit for those turnovers needs to go to Warrensburg Latham, though, because they are really getting after it on the defensive end in the full court.
Flaherty with his second made 3-pointer, and now the Indians have a chance to tie this basketball game up on this possession. Here's Flaherty again. Missed the shot. Corey Bishop, offensive rebound, and he's going to get back to the free throw line.
Really good job of attacking the basket, making a good entry pass into the middle, turning and finding cutters. And then always that offensive rebound is important.
Well, he is the team's leading rebounder. He had 6 double-digit rebounding games this season, including a 14-rebound effort against Madison in the Super Sectional on Wednesday night, and he has just been a horse these last 2 games here in Peoria for the Indians.
Got a really good nose for the ball. It's not just being strong. He really does a good job of moving to the ball when he needs to.
We mentioned the game he had yesterday before fouling out 4 out of 4 from the field for 12 points against St. Anne in that state semifinal loss, but a lot of it was his work on the glass.
Right.
Here's Yakeley. Looks for Boyd. There's Zach Boyd, the first team All-Stater. Now it's Luke Butts.
Luke Butts knows his role very, very well with this team. He shot as a second option, not a first option. He does a good job of moving the ball. He got it back twice, and then he finally was open enough that he could shoot it, and he was in his range. So that's just excellent play by the point guard.
Luke Butts knocks down that jumper, his first basket of the game. And so that Warrensburg Latham lead is back up to 3, which it wasn't. That was a 5-point lead at the half, which it was just about a moment ago. Valencia had the ball stripped.
Good hands by Warrensburg Latham.
Zach Boyd down on Clayton Hatfield, spins, and he gave it up to Wormsley, who laid it in.
Good look. Good penetration. How he got the pass through that, you'll never know. But good players find seams.
And again, points off turnovers, the story of the game. Bishop is double teamed at the timeline. Now the Indians have the advantage if they can get it down the floor. Here's Bishop penetrating. A lot of contact, no call, ball is loose, but it's Hatfield that comes up with it.
Real good job of Bishop getting the ball in the middle of the zone. These kids make the extra pass. That was just very well done.
Driving is Quentin Hatfield. He couldn't get it, and Bishop had the ball momentarily, but lost it on the end line.
No matter how strong you are, when you hit the floor like that, it hurts. You can see Corey's grimacing a little bit.
He did grimace,
down the floor.
Well, like you said, 6'3", 225 pounds. If that's going up and coming down,
it all hit the floor at the same time, too.
Yakeley left open. He's going to try from the outside, and C.J. Yakeley knocks down a 3.
C.J. Yakeley's going to keep them honest because they were not guarding him at all that time. Just popped out and hit one.
Just his 16th three-point make of the season. He's a 30% three-point shooter, so not the first option when it comes to long-range bombing, but he was open, and he hit it.
But he is a good shooter.
Now Bishop to Quentin Hatfield. He misses.
He's getting a little bit too big a hurry. That happens with sophomores sometimes.
Now Wormsley, he likes the baseline. Oh, he went down hard, and we've got a foul, and it's a charge. It's going to be an offensive foul against Dominique Wormsley. Let's get another look at that play.
You can see that Corey had excellent position, perpendicular to the sideline, and he knew Wormsley was coming baseline. He's done it for the entire tournament. Stop and take the jumper.
First foul against
painful.
Dominique Wormsley. Yeah, that hurts just looking at that.
Takes a lot of courage from both sides. Takes courage to go in after it, and takes courage to stand there and take it.
Now Bishop, he's going to go all the way down, and he's going to draw contact and get to the free throw line. So he's doing a little bit of everything: offensive rebounding, taking charge, and dribble penetration.
He said, "You know, Coach Hatfield, I can do this. I can play the point." That was a really good take. He had the advantage, and he pressed the advantage and got a foul out of it.
Corey's just one of those natural leaders, the quarterback of the football team, which we mentioned was 10-1 this year in the playoffs. And this is a guy that just hates to lose.
He's got a really good demeanor on the floor, too. I mean, if something happens he doesn't like, he just gets tougher. He doesn't really get mad. Well, he may get mad, but he has a way of playing through it.
Second free throw is rattling out as well, so he couldn't convert on either of the foul shots, and the lead stays 36-28 in favor of the Cardinals.
Good, very important possession for Warrensburg. Show a little patience, get the shot they want to extend this lead.
The 8-point lead right now held by the Cardinals is the largest of the game.
It's always nice to get it to double figures.
Now it's going to be Butts that just comes back out, and they've got the hammer right now, so they can be as patient as they want.
Exactly. You want to make sure it's somebody you want shooting it from the place you want to shoot it for.
That was Zach Culp, I'm sorry, had the open look. He couldn't get it. Ball's out of bounds, and it's going to be Warrensburg Latham's basketball again.
What I've been telling you about Corey Bishop is just as true for Luke Butts. He's a lot smaller, but he's just as tough. He's just all over the floor.
And his team has a 36-28 lead. We're halfway through this third quarter of the third place game, the IHSA. Back with more in a moment from Carver Arena. The March Madness experience at the Peoria Civic Center inside Carver Arena. It's third place action in Class 1A basketball with Warrensburg Latham leading Lewistown 36-28. Kurt Pegler along with former Normal University High head coach Cal Hubbard. Our sideline reporters today, Lee Hall and Ashley Robinson. We're glad that you're alongside over most of these same stations tonight. We'll have Class 2A basketball, and don't forget that we've got the Class 1A state championship game immediately following this one. Nokomis and St. Anne to play for the first 1A title in the Class 4, the four-class system here in Illinois.
In this game right now, it's a crucial time for Lewistown to buckle down, get a stop here on the defensive end. It's kind of gotten away from them because of good looks they had, they didn't convert. So Warrensburg Warrensburg's doing a good job of having patience and trying to extend it to double figures.
Boyd was short on that shot, but Warnsley there to keep the possession alive. Now we're under 4 minutes to go here, third quarter. This third place game. Here's Warnsley. He's left open top of the circle. His three is no good. Long rebound, and again, the Cardinals go and crash the glass, so it's Zach Culp that comes up with the offensive rebound. Now Boyd backs in. His fadeaway jumper rims in.
Good job. Kid was open. Luke Butts was open for the shot, gave it up to the person they want to shoot the basketball, and he did a good job of getting the ball in. Zach Boyd's got really good body control.
First points of the second half for Boyd now. Give him 12 on the game and give his team a 10-point advantage at 38-28. Flaherty's going to try and answer with a three, can't get it. Corey Bishop working the glass and scoring.
Good job of weak side board. They're still taking the shot, not getting them to go down. They're going to have to get second shots to get the ball in. So somebody gets hot from the outside.
Bishop now with 9 points. He leads his team in scoring here this afternoon. He's had a pretty good state tournament here in Peoria, you'd have to say.
He really has. He's had a good state tournament.
Here's Butts now. He's being guarded by Hatfield. His pass is picked off by guess who? Mr. Bishop.
Not going to get many easy looks like that.
Clayton Hatfield all the way down, but he traveled. Got a trivia question for you. In all the two-class system, this school won the first Class A state title in 1972. Was it Collinsville, Lawrenceville, or Ridgeway? That was in the two-class system, in the first class.
I know the answer to that one.
I know you know that one. 2.5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Here's Zach Boyd all the way down in traffic, missed the shot. Bishop clears, quickly Flaherty. The pass up to Scott Parrish, who's just checked in the game. He cuts behind Bishop, and it's going to be a blocking foul against Warrensburg Latham. So how about Bishop starting it on one end and then being a part of it on the other end?
That's unbelievable, but they did a good job there of taking the ball to the basket strong.
Lawrenceville, 63-57, the answer.
That wasn't the only one they won either, was it?
No, that was not the only one. Ron Felling's team would win. That was our National Association of Realtors trivia question. Looking for a professional realtor, go to realtor.com.
Ron Felling was one of my favorite coaches to watch work the sideline. It was in those days where you could roam the sidelines, and he was a master at coaching on the sidelines and working his kids and getting them to do what they needed to do. He had some good players, but he was a fantastic coach.
A little bit later, he had Marty Simmons and those memorable teams as well.
In those days, I had trouble seeing him because I was pretty far up there at the top of the assembly hall.
you weren't close enough.
I didn't have my binoculars.
There's driving and drawing contact again is Warnsley. That foul's going to be whistled against Scott Parrish of the Indians. We're exactly at the 2-minute mark here left in this third quarter. It's a 7-point Warrensburg Latham lead over the Lewistown Indians. Number 1 and number 2 in the state, playing for the third place trophy here in Peoria. Warrensburg Latham, the number 2 ranked team. Lewistown, the number 1 ranked team in the final Associated Press high school basketball poll.
Good patience on the offensive end.
Boyd had his pocket picked by Adam Valencia.
Trying to do it a little bit too much.
And now the Indians have numbers if they get it up the floor quickly. A 3-on-1 and a nice finish that time by Brian Flaherty.
Excellent pass by Quentin Hatfield.
The Indians have cut that lead, which was once 10 points, down to 5. Butts looking back door, but that was one of those, you should have zigged when you zagged, and they weren't on the same page. Warnsley didn't cut, and so it's a turnover against Warrensburg Latham, and now Vic Binkley wants to talk things over. He's seen his 10-point lead shrink to 5, and the Lewistown fans are on their feet. They enjoy seeing the Indians come from behind here.
Yeah, the rule on that back cut normally is if you're going to go all the way to the block. Don't go just 2 steps.
And don't forget to send a video of your best slam dunk to foxhighlightchicago.com. The top 5 dunks will go to show off their dunk at the upcoming Chicago Bulls game, and it'll get you an opportunity to watch the game from a suite. Plus, these games are being streamed worldwide at foxhighlightchicago.com.
We're at a critical time of the game. There's 1:10 left in the third quarter. There's a 5-point lead by Warrensburg Latham. And what happens in this next let's go ahead and go to Lee.
All right, Lee Hall has got some information for us.
I have absolutely no information for you, but I guess we're going to do this now, guys. We're in the Warrensburg Latham crowd. We're going to do the roller coaster. Yeah, everybody's up. Everybody's excited. They beated me. We're going to go for a roller coaster ride right here inside Carver Arena. All right, the ringleader. Yeah, I'm ready when you are. 2, 3. All right, we all sit down. This is the best roller coaster ride in Peoria. All right, we got to pull the arm down. Seatbelt, very safety oriented. Okay, here we go. Chug, 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 chug. Whoa! Going up. Whoa! Whoa! I'm starting to feel a little sick. Whoa! Whoa! Oh! Whoa! Man! I'm getting dizzy! Oh! 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 Should never do this on an empty stomach. All right. Woo! All right, hey. Who's your guys' favorite IHSA announcer? Who? Okay, I think we found some new fans, Kurt. Back over to you.
Well, we interrupt this Lee Hall show to bring you IHSA basketball. That's wonderful.
Isn't it amazing how creative high school kids can be?
That's wonderful. I don't want to clean up the mess, though, after Lee gets off that roller coaster. We're under a half a minute here to go. Here's Warnsley all the way up, reverse layup, can't get it to go. It's cleared by Brian Flaherty, and so now the Indians have a chance to score before the buzzer.
We've had a lot of action, but not much scoring in the last minute.
Final seconds here of this third quarter. Parrish, 3 from the corner, rims out. Adam Valencia, pump fake. Now he's got a three-point play the hard way.
Normally you'd be holding for one shot. We took the shot with 12 seconds left and got the second shot. Good second shot opportunity by Valencia. Did a good job of feeling where the defense was before he went back up strong.
15-point per night player, nearly 7 rebounds as well. And the thing about Valencia's game is he can score from inside or outside. Couldn't get the free throw to go, and there's going to be a foul now on Brian Flaherty, who was crashing the glass. 9.7. So it's a 3-point Warrensburg Latham lead, and we'll see what the Cardinals do now in their final possession here of this third quarter. Boyd's going to bring the ball up the floor.
And to make something happen, and it usually happens when it's in his hand.
Yakeley penetrates, slipped the pass down to Culp, who got the shot off and in, and it's going to count.
You don't know how those things happen, but they do. They do a good job of penetrating and finding the open man.
Buzzer-beating basket by Zach Culp has given the Cardinals of Warrensburg Latham a 5-point lead over the Lewistown Indians. Fourth quarter action coming from Carver Arena after these messages from our network sponsor. Our stats update is brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards. Through 3 quarters, Warrensburg Latham leads Lewistown 40-35. What's jumping out at you, Cal? Look at the difference in the rebounds favoring Lewistown, but it's the Cardinals that have the lead.
Yes, it is true, but there have been a couple of mishandled situations inside. But to have a 5-point game is in Lewistown's favor right now because they've been on the borderline of getting blown out of here. So I think that they've hung tough. Now they've got to play some good defense and see if they can get the ball back and cut it inside 5. With 5 minutes to go, they want the game to be a 2-point game.
Fourth quarter action underway here. Warrensburg Latham with the basketball and a 5-point lead. They're wearing those red jerseys. Lewistown's in the white. Third place action here in Peoria at Carver Arena, and another basket by Zach Culpin as he had a whale of a game now for the Cardinals.
And how he gets the ball in the basket from where he's bringing it, he's just got a really knack for being an undersized player of getting the job done.
Culp, who averages 4.2 points per game with a 12-point effort here in the third place game. He now is the game's leading scorer, tied with his other Zach Boyd. Flaherty, nice drop down pass to Bishop.
Just you got a really free-flowing game right now where people are attacking, dishing. Just a fun game to watch.
This is the game that most of the state was perhaps expecting to see in the championship game. Number 1 against number 2, both teams playing to their strengths.
That's true. The problem is everybody doesn't play defense the same way.
That's right.
And they always throw a wrench into those things.
And St. Anne and Nokomis had other ideas yesterday.
That's for sure.
With what he's done this year. He's been the leading scorer in 29 of his team's 33 points. He's had 3 games where he scored at least 30, and perhaps his best performance of the season came against the Tremont Turks, 35 points and 11 rebounds.
I'm more impressed with the way he plays defense, too. I mean, you see kids that are that good of offensive players, but he really dedicates himself in the press, gives himself up. He does a lot of things that a star player doesn't always do. It's really fun to watch them play defense.
16 points now for Zach Boyd, the first team All-Stater. He's given the Cardinals a 51-42 advantage. And Corey Bishop got himself into trouble, and he was looking for help, and he turned it over.
It doesn't only look ugly, it is a turnover. Just got carried away a little bit, trying to do something before he was ready.
Both these schools have just thoroughly enjoyed this this trip here to Peoria, and they're playing the third place game as if it's the state championship game. Nobody's throwing in the towel here in this one.
Well, that's their a lot of these kids' last basketball game to play. A lot of them, it's their last game of this season. And, you know, you want to go out playing your best, playing your hardest, make a difference. Got a little weave going on right now. Control.
We've got a foul. Yep, foul by Bishop. Right now, Warrensburg Latham is looking as if the clock is the enemy and trying to really milk this clock as long as it can.
I think they're also trying to get in the bonus. Once you're in the bonus, then you can go ahead and attack and get to the line whether or not you're shooting the ball.
And both teams now with 5 fouls apiece. A couple of more fouls to go before we start thinking about the bonus.
Also, Warrensburg Latham has some really good ball handlers. Everybody on the floor can handle the ball.
Yakeley missed his own shot, got it back, and now he's going to get to the free throw line.
Showed good patience, moved the basketball, got to an open man, and he attacked the basket. They're looking for an advantage to attack and get a layup or a foul.
You mentioned how there are so many good ball handlers on the floor for Warrensburg Latham. You look at a guy like C.J. Yakeley, who's a forward, yet he had 71 assists this season. So they've done a nice job of distributing the basketball. It's not just a one-man team in Zach Boyd.
They do a good job of distributing the ball and attacking the basket. They just are constantly attacking the basket and putting the defense on its heels.
Now it's Valencia. His 3 is no good, but it's tipped out. Now it's Luke Butts. It's a 2-on-1. But Butts is going to pull it back out. That's a wise decision.
Your opponent's the clock right now, not Lewistown.
Well, there's that 7th team foul, and so now it's bonus opportunity, and Boyd's going to go back to the free throw line. Boyd with his 12-point effort against Nokomis in the state semifinal yesterday, now working on 16 points here, so he's putting together a nice little scoring weekend here in Peoria at the state tournament. Now he's averaging 23.5 points per game, so it's not going to look as glossy as his average. You can see where he's at now, but he's just one of those guys that's going to get the job done pretty much night in, night out.
Well, Warrensburg Latham's at a critical time in the game where what they want to do is control the ball, play against the clock. Lewistown has got to make something happen on the offensive end, and then defensively we've got to get stops.
And there's another steal.
Can't afford turnovers.
Now it's Butts, and he's fouled by Clayton Hatfield. We're likely to see quite a few free throws here in this final 3 minutes. So here's Butts, who's also a running back on the football team and also runs track. So when basketball season's over, he'll put the track spikes on. Missed the foul shot.
I love multiple sport athletes.
Yeah.
I think each sport teaches kids something different.
Bishop down the lane, looking for contact. Tried to draw contact to get a three-point play, but missed it. Now it's Warnsley, and he's fouled in the backcourt by Scott Parrish.
Just take care of what you do. Go ahead and try to score. He's just trying so hard to get the ball in the basket and get an extra shot. We're getting into panic time now.
Well, with the three-point shot, there's still plenty of opportunity
There's plenty
here.
of time.
It's a 13-point spread with 2:44 to go, but you know, with the three-point shot, you can make that up.
Especially if Warrensburg misses their free throws.
Warnsley's been called the X factor on his team because of his explosiveness, his ability to play defense, and certainly a lot of times he's the lead guy on that ball press.
I love his quickness and the length of his arms on the defensive end. He closes very well. And his angles are so much better now than I think they were earlier in the year.
He's given his team a 15-point advantage, the largest of the game. Valencia tried to save it, but saved it right to a Cardinal. And now it's Warnsley again. Down, missed the shot. Parrish clears now for the Indians. Looking for help, he finds Flaherty. He's a good three-point shooter. Knocks down another three. And we got a foul as Parrish got a hold of Zach Culp at the timeline.
Got to give yourself up when you're in that situation.
Here's our Chevy Drive of the game, brought to you by Chevrolet. Log on now to ChevyDrivesChicago.com. Check us out today, ChevyDrivesChicago.com.
I think it was a 6-point game at that point, and Zach Boyd did a great job of making the defensive play, throwing it ahead for an easy basket.
And the Cardinals have been taking care of business at the foul line. 59-45 at the 2-minute mark here in this third-place game. Flaherty's going to try another three, and he knocked it down again. He's got the three-point stroke going. We mentioned that he's a 48% three-point shooter on the season, so get the ball in his hands and let him shoot that three-pointer. Now Boyd breaks the pressure, and he shoots it up. He can't get it to go. It's tipped around and controlled by Bishop. Indians going to bring the ball back up the floor. But it's a pick-pock from behind. Boyd had it momentarily. Now he's going to get it back, and now he's fouled by Bishop.
It's gotten a little bit raggedy. Kids are trying so hard to make something happen. No one has quit playing. Sometimes you try so hard, things just don't work out.
Brad Hatfield calls timeout, so we'll step aside for some local messages. Warrensburg Latham with a 59-48 lead with a minute and a half to play. The third place trophy in the first ever Class 1A state tournament at Carver Arena. Zach Boyd to the foul line for the Cardinals.
Both teams were very disappointed last night after losing, and I thought both teams would come back out tonight this afternoon and give it a really good effort. It's just been fun to see the kids flying around trying to make things happen.
Boyd splits the foul shots, give him 19 points on the game now, and give his team a 12-point advantage. Couple of three-point makes and a steal or two, and this game is still in that
What a
balance.
good look.
There's Bishop. He gets a nice pass from Hatfield.
Excellent pass, occupying two people.
And now we've got a foul in the backcourt. That's going to be against Flaherty.
You're going to foul, do it quickly. If you know you don't have a steal on the inbounds, you're going to foul and send them to the line. You don't have much choice about who you foul right now.
At that point, you're right. Get the ball in bounds and just hack whoever has it, right? It's going to be Zach Culp that goes to the free throw line. He's an 86% foul shooter, so this is a good free thrower. This is who the Cardinals want at the line. Yeah, just when you say that, you know that it's going to happen.
How those statistics working.
He splits them. It's an 11-point Warrensburg Latham lead. A minute to go here for third place in the Class 1A tournament. Valencia stepped on the sidelines. That's a killer. And now we've got some substitutions coming in.
Everybody wants to see the floor in the state tournament. It's a good chance for coaches to get everyone in.
Brent Burrows comes in. Quentin Hatfield comes in. We're seeing Ian Simpson now for the first time for the Indians. So great opportunity, as you said, for these players to get a taste of the state tournament here in the final minute of this third place game. Here's Warrensley bringing it across the floor.
It's quite an emotional thing when your son comes off the floor for the last time. You know his career is over. What a great career.
There's a turnover against Warrensburg Latham. Well, the folks from Lewistown have absolutely nothing to hang their heads about. That school of 232 students in Fulton County, the Prairie Land Conference. The superintendent's Bill King. The principal is Gavin Schranz, who's also the athletic director. They brought the whole town with them 40 miles here to Peoria. They're going to take home a fourth place trophy, and the folks at Warrensburg Latham are going to match what they did in 2003. They had a 31-3 season back then and finished third. They're going to be taking home the third place trophy here again at 32-2, and that's a pretty good run.
It's a very good run. They've just had an outstanding season. They have a great team. They've got an awful lot to be proud of. Both teams do.
340 students in that school in the Oka Valley, where Emmett Aubrey is the superintendent, Ken Hatcher the principal, Cindy Bukovich-Harris is the athletic director. A lot of their fans made the 70-mile trek to Peoria, and some of their bench players now getting in the game.
I don't know, really good crowds here this weekend.
We're seeing Kirk Niebuhr now in the game for the first time. Alex Varius. Jacob Huggins has entered the game now. Now we're going to see Cameron Warrensley. He's come to the scorer's table, so we're going to have a pair of brothers on the floor now for Warrensburg Latham. We've been talking about the Hatfield boys. And Zach Boyd goes off the floor to a big hug for Vic Binkley.
You don't
Boyd's
have many
game.
like that. Enjoy it when you get them. There's a special bond between a player and a coach.
Well, when you think that practice starts in November, but you have to go all the way back to summer camps and summer league games. I mean, these guys have been in gyms all year long.
It's not always a positive bond, but it's nice this time of year where it is.
It's a bond nonetheless.
It's a bond.
And there's going to be a foul in the final 13.2 seconds and an opportunity for Trevor Schubert to go to the free throw line and get in the scorebook for the Indians. He's a sophomore, so as we mentioned, some of the underclassmen getting a chance to play on the state floor. Now the 19-game winning streak for Lewistown was snapped yesterday, but the 31 victories is a school record, and they've got a lot to talk about and a lot to build on after this performance. And now we're seeing Dominic Warrensley go to the bench, Jacob Huggins, and now a big hug now is Luke Butts. The senior point guard goes to the bench for Warrensburg Latham.
You don't measure heart, I guess.
Well, at 5'8", he plays a lot bigger than that, doesn't he?
Sure does. Sure does. And he leaves it all out on the floor.
Final seconds of this third place game. The Warrensburg Latham crowd on their feet. Cardinals are going to be the third place winners in the Class 1A state basketball tournament. Your final is Warrensburg Latham 62 and Lewistown 51. The Cardinals are the third place winners in the state of Illinois for the second time in 5 years. Had a third place finish in 03, had a super sectional appearance in 02, and now have a third place finish here in 08. And Lewistown will take home its first ever state championship trophy. They won a sectional back in 1940, hadn't been to state since. And now they've got to clear out some room in that trophy case for a basketball trophy.
It's going to look really nice there. It's a big trophy.
Both teams out shaking hands. Great sportsmanship that we've seen here in both days of the state tournament. And Ashley Robinson is standing by with the victorious head coach Vic Binkley. His Cardinals are the third place winners. Ashley, take it away.
Thanks, Kurt. Coach, second, third place finish in 5 years. You got to be pretty proud of your guys.
Yeah, real proud the way we came out and played today. We were not happy yesterday, and those things happen, but we're happy we had a chance to come back and show everybody how we can play, and we beat a very good team there, and we're real pleased.
Well, congratulations, and enjoy that third place finish.
Thank you.
And here we have Zach Boyd, our Country Insurance and Financial Services player of the game. You had a great game, 19 points, 4 rebounds. How does it feel to be a third place winner?
It feels good. I mean, definitely yesterday was hard on us, and it was a tough loss, but we bounced back for a good win today.
Definitely. Well, good luck in the future and enjoy that third place. Back to you.
Thanks, Ashley. Zach Boyd and company. Warrensburg Latham, 62-51 winners for third place in the state of Illinois. Back with more from Carver Arena after these local messages.